get
roll.
this rolling.
Yes.
All right, I'd like to call the January 14th, 2021 Public Works Committee meeting to order. Lori, if you would please take the roll.
Certainly. Mr. Gallows.
Here.
Mrs. Kane. Here. Mr. Schrader.
I am here.
Mr. Litticoat. Mr. Rogers. We have a quorum.
All right, we should receive the agenda for this evening. We would need a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Public communications and comments. We have no guests this evening. And so we'll move along. The next item on the agenda is to approve the meeting minutes from September 17th, 2020 and October 22nd of 2020.
See, you were absent to one. I make a motion we approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, the motion carries. We have two discussion items this evening. The first one being the 2021 free dump day ticket. Mike, if you don't mind, we'll turn it over to you.
Okay. Well, we've had some discussion in the past on this, and that should be represented in the meeting. As I said, we would take a look at this process, if it's something that you'd be interested in, a little different than we've done in the past, because of some of the issues that we have encountered with outside residents taking advantage of this and excessive use of it. So we wrote this policy for this, and I guess what I envision is this gives everybody an opportunity throughout the year to dispose of their items on a Tuesday or Saturday throughout the year. So I think it's an advantage to the residents. You know, people move in and out of the city, and they have some place to go with their stuff throughout that time. So instead of holding a couple weekends where everybody congregates into one area. It will be also a benefit to the department itself. I won't have to man it. We'll be able to crush it down like we do anyways, and this will save labor for the department to do other things.
Okay,
So-
anything else, Mike?
No?
Any questions?
All right, this is the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to fill this out. And name, address, phone number. And then I take this, give it to your guy, do whatever. And then Al is not gonna use his, and he gives me his ticket. So, or somebody from out of town, however you wanna do it. Once, do you put this in some sort of database?
Yeah.
And then you won't be able to see it, and then, so, you know, Al can't load the stuff in my trailer and, you know, whatever, you know, however that's gonna work. I guess I like this,
Yeah.
you know, that you're doing it this way. There's no way to really
We're gonna ask for proof
finagle.
of residencies when the ticket
Yep,
is
so you
presented.
give your license, and here it is.
And here it is, yep.
That way no one can try to take.
And if it's like a postcard, you know, you're doing like a mail merge, you've got that information. So, because the thing I see is Al's like, I never got a dump ticket.
Correct. And that's what we thought about, and that's why bring the information
Yeah.
to the department. You bring, it says right in here what you need.
Perfect.
Yep.
And we provide you the ticket, and then
Right.
it's up to you to use it and show your residency
Okay.
at the time of use.
Yep.
The ticket is logged back into log, we keep track of it.
So then it goes in there saying, well, you already used yours,
Yep.
or,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So how would the tickets be distributed
Yep.
initially?
So,
Water sewer bills?
nope, so right in here, into the policy. It says under overview, each property will be permitted, one free dump ticket from January 1st to the 31st, tickets, blah, blah, blah. It says, tickets will be surrendered, let me find where that's at.
Ticket will be surrendered upon disposal.
Distribution of tickets, where did I put that? Tickets will be available at the Department of Public Works Office, 570 Aspen Street. The resident's responsibility is, if you are a City of Ripon resident, bring your driver's license or state ID and a recent utility bill showing you live in the city to the DPW office, okay?
So people, if they want to take advantage of this program, would need to go to the Public Works office.
Correct.
They need to bring that information and pick up their ticket.
That is correct.
See, it's not gonna be like a mailer where everybody has them.
Oh,
No, we talked about that and we felt that, you're right, Paige, I didn't get it.
okay. Yeah,
This way, we're able to identify, people do move in, move out, as I said. So if somebody moves in, they have a chance to use this program. If somebody before them moves out, they also have a chance to use this program,
Yep.
okay? So that way, throughout the year, no matter what residents are here or coming or going, they still have the chance
okay,
to participate in this program throughout the whole year.
And you can still get the tickets here, Ace Hardware,
No,
and pay $25.
okay, yes, you can
And
still,
26 at Ace, I guess.
you can still get those tickets anytime.
Okay.
but your
you
free
just-
one has to get through you.
Yeah,
Right.
those are available to purchase, if you so desire.
But everybody gets their free one if you go.
If they
to
so
your-
choose to have their free one,
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
that is there.
And then Tuesday comes, there's a handful of tickets, those would go back to your office. Somehow, staff would bring them back to your office, you would log it in, do all of the stuff that you do, and then we have that record.
Yep, so even with the current dump tickets, Carlon at the site
Yep,
collects those currently. He would collect these also. All of those he brings Saturday and places them in the mailbox, where we in turn pick them up and log them into our system.
okay.
Yep.
so
I like
even in the event that, say you do say, hey, I'm not gonna use my ticket, you can use, it's still one address.
He's gonna have to be there,
Yeah,
or he's gonna have
To
to
get
give
the
his
ticket,
driver's
yeah.
license to Carlon.
oh, okay.
You know, I mean, there's, you could
Okay,
probably
so this is what they need at, like using, when they go to the dump, they need their information as well, or just
They're
to get
gonna
the
need
ticket?
a form of ID. If you look onto the, ticket, it'll say
Oh.
proof of identification needed, I lost
Oh,
it.
got it,
Okay.
Yep.
I
But
like it,
you could, for your friend, use your ticket for them.
Mhm.
You just need to be there
yeah,
Mhm.
and sign off on it, and away you go.
And if the lady that lives next door to me has some things and she knows Al's got a pickup truck, she could get in the truck with me and would bring
Yeah.
her stuff and she could give it to the gentleman at the,
Yep.
who's ever personing the,
yeah.
who's ever personing the facility, and then consequently, that would be acceptable also. So,
Yeah.
okay,
Yep.
I like that.
I like it.
I like it gives the option, because that's the most realistic situation is
I
some, but it's still,
If you have half a load and Joe has another half a load and you guys wanna combine your load to meet the requirements, I don't
Here
care.
we are.
Use one ticket.
yeah,
Use one
Yep.
ticket.
Sure. Okay.
who cares?
I think it's not gonna get really abused though. I mean,
Right.
you're not gonna have, the other way, like you say, people from out of town bringing 50 mattresses, what,
Yeah,
good.
Then at the site also we have segregated bins or, to collect the metal and,
We have bins for metal.
right,
We have all the appropriate bins. We're still applying the same standards that the compost site or the recycling center has right now.
okay,
Now, you
We
can still
don't-
bring metal anytime.
Anytime.
And dump it
Right.
and not cost
That's
a fee.
right.
Yep,
right.
That's correct. We don't take items with Freon, refrigerators, things like
TVs,
that,
computers.
TVs, computers.
right.
Okay. It still needs to meet the standards that we have set
Sure.
forth.
okay,
Even with the free dump ticket, it's still that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing-
It
nothing
says
changed.
that right in there. We're gonna follow what we have in place.
I like it.
I do too.
So then would a mailing just go out with this new information?
Yeah,
This new
so,
policy?
so what we'll do is, obviously, there's different levels of media.
Mm-hmm,
It will go on to the city website. We do have a Facebook page now, it will be posted onto there. Unfortunately, sometimes this stuff goes out in mailers, we won't have time to do that this year.
okay,
But we do get a lot of hits on the Facebook page. And sometimes Commonwealth picks that up and,
Okay.
and PD will share some things like that
Sure.
sometimes, so. But I know some aldermen have older folks in their area, they might have to call and ask. We're also a phone call away
mm-hmm,
for that.
Yeah.
great.
So what are the next steps, Lori? Would we need to approve this and take it to council? Or can we approve this evening and get the ball rolling?
I'm thinking, I'm not sure if it would have to go to council. I mean, they approved the free ticket itself, how we distribute it. I'm not sure if that would really need to go to council. That's more operational,
More
I
as
guess.
perhaps an update.
Yeah,
Yeah,
an update would probably be
I,
sufficient. And if they want to know more, they can always.
It's available.
It's available.
Okay. All right.
I thought it would have to be approved, that's why we wanted it to come here, and, obviously,
We can take it to council. I mean, just to be
obviously, I want you guys' feedback.
safe that they're.
I think it's,
Yeah,
I mean, it's,
Well, we could make a motion to approve it. It'll be part of the record. And then we could call it out in
Oh, the calendar?
the calendar
Mhm.
and highlight it and then move it forward too.
yep.
We could do either way,
Then they can approve it when they're approving it, when we're
Right.
approving everything else. We'll
approving the
just-
consent calendar.
Yep, unless somebody wants to pull it.
And they might have
complain about it.
questions,
Yeah, they may not.
they may not, no, yeah, I don't know. I think, I really truly believe that it's a benefit
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
yeah,
as,
The other thing was costing us too much money. Time,
yeah,
you know.
I think it's a benefit to the residents this
Yep.
way, more.
Okay.
More bang for our buck.
I think so. And, this is, again, this is a live document. If something's not working or we need to adjust it, that's what we do. It's like ordinances, you find things that are not quite right or something doesn't make sense, you adjust them.
Sure.
This is the same thing, so.
Did Lud look at this to make sure there was any,
No,
Needed
I did
any-
not think it needed to go to LUD, it's an operational
okay,
process, unless someone else thinks differently. It's not an ordinance, it's something that's just my department.
Right.
unless Laura, you had some,
I don't think there would be a legal, I mean, I could send it to him just so he's.
we're providing a service.
I'll send it to him just to make sure he's okay with it.
Okay, well, thank you, Mike.
Yeah, nice job.
Yeah.
Very
With
ni-
that,
Very nice job.
This was
Probably.
this was a team effort, from my crew, and staff, secretary, everybody, had input on what we thought would work best for everybody, so, that goes out to them too, thanks.
Okay. So with that, we'll entertain a motion to approve the dump ticket procedure.
I motion.
Second. A motion and a second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. Again, nicely done, Mike. The second item for discussion this evening is a resolution establishing an equipment replacement fund from the annual recycling fee revenues. This was something that when we were looking at those revenues and trying to set aside some, that I did ask Lori and to put together such a resolution. It basically creates that fund where a minimum of 75% of the recycling fees be annually put in an equipment replacement fund. And then there are some caveats, the use of the funds to large equipment purchases, $10,000 or more, that can be depreciated over 7 years. Through the budget process, and however, those expenditures would need approval of this committee and the common council. Anything further on that, Mike? Or Lori?
No, I like it.
And I thank you again, I know I thanked you months ago for this, Lori, but
No, I think this is appropriate. This gives us some opportunities for some short-term, smaller capital items, and also gives us some savings for whatever equipment or things that anybody needs down the road. This is well needed, and I think it's a great use of those funds.
So just to clarify, the large equipment purchase, $10,000 minimum, is that, because I know this discussion was there before, is that like, 10 $1,000 items that are the same thing? Like 10,
say we needed, I would look at this as if we needed 10 body cameras for
Yeah.
police officers.
Mhm.
That total cost would, and they're at $1,200 each.
Yeah.
Total cost would be $12,000.
right, okay.
And those.
But not a body cam, a monitor, and brake lights, or something,
Yeah.
okay.
It would need to be capital items, and the example you use, Paige, with a brake light would be a maintenance item.
I was just
So I'm
trying to-
so- I know.
Yeah.
Yes, I realized that as soon as I said it, I'm like, that was terrible. Yeah, something non-maintenance related
Right.
as a third item would, yeah.
And that's where the depreciation comes in.
Right.
Then it
Okay.
does have to be a capital item.
But it doesn't have to be one item equaling 10, it could be 10 of the same thing. Okay,
Much like we did this year,
perfect.
Yep.
Yep.
so.
So we did that this year already. We already did this. So were we skirting some kind of rule on that, or what were we doing when we did this for the last budget?
So what you're saying is, when is it presented? To
Well,
approve?
did we already have this?
No,
No.
we did not.
Okay, so this is just making it official that we can do this.
Yeah.
All right.
With-
And it kind of reserves a portion of those funds for that equipment replacement.
Now we can't use it for anything else. It's kind of our
Right.
rate,
We can
Yeah,
use
later.
25% of the recycling fees, whatever, if it's 25,000 or whatever.
now what was it being used for before? To
This
recycle?
is the first
This
time.
is the first time that we've had it.
Okay, so,
Yep,
okay, all right.
yep.
See, that's my less than 1 year on the council question here.
No,
No.
it's brand new.
It's new.
So the recycling fee is a brand-new thing,
Yes.
and now this is what we're officially going to do with it?
Yes.
All right, okay,
Yep.
I understand. That was just,
That's,
I got you now. I'm on board with this now.
When do we think it's appropriate that these items are presented? Is it at the first budget meeting, the council budget meeting, and we present those items at that point in a laundry list, or a laundry list of things to the city administrator prior to that?
yeah,
I'm trying to think so we can get ahead rather than fight from behind last minute. And some, you know what I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
some direction as to when.
It would start here first, probably a little bit before the budget process.
Right.
Do you
I
think
would
it should come here as,
That's what it says,
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't,
Public Works Committee.
I didn't see
as
that.
part of the
I'm sorry.
budget development process
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
in September,
Gotcha, okay.
it would come here,
I didn't
Yeah.
read that far, my
you know,
fault.
those type of things.
Thank you.
Would recommend utilizing the equipment replacement fund for this capital item that is going to be included in the
Okay.
2022 budget.
Okay.
Boom.
Now, here's my next question with this. The fees that we get, is this like a monthly thing where because this is money from when you take stuff, where's the money come from?
The money is on your utility bill. If you look at I think it's I haven't seen one, a line item on there, and that's where that money comes from.
Okay, so it's paid quarterly.
It is paid quarterly.
Okay.
It
all
is
right.
put into an account as revenue into my department. But I don't, I take that out of my,
Segregated
You can't
account.
spend it.
I can't spend it, thank you.
It's yours, but it's not yours?
Right.
Yeah,
They're just
Okay.
tease me with it.
Here, look what you can't have.
Look what you earned, you
Alright.
can't
it's a
touch.
segregated account,
Okay,
so. And this, Lori, would have to go to council for
Yes.
approval.
so this is something where we could, 3 months from now, when everybody pays their utility bill, you've got X amount of dollars in there already. And if we had a capital expenditure or something come up that we needed, we could actually take that money then and use it. We don't have to wait. If the money's there and say, hey, here's
I guess. it
X
could be-
amount of dollars.
It does say to go through the budget process though, so it's implying that we wouldn't do like an emergency. But I would think,
It says when possible,
yeah. Oh, yeah, it does say
so at least
when
that, there's,
possible.
the
That's
wiggle
true.
room is there.
That's true, yeah, good.
But under no circumstances will any expenditure occur without approval of the Public Works Committee and the Common Council.
Yep,
So that kind of leaves that window in there, if there is an emergency, then it can be decided.
yeah, the when possible
That's
is,
good.
Yeah.
That's
that's
actually
the,
good.
that's
Yeah.
the wiggle
Yes.
room. Okay, all right,
That's the flexibility of the resolution.
yep, I like it. Okay,
So then realistically, there could be, say there's $75,000 and there's $150,000 worth of, kind of wish list items that are brought for budget, then that's where we decide. Okay.
Yep. Any further discussion?
No, I think it looks good.
Yeah.
I think it's a great plan. And this will really help out.
So we would probably need a motion to forward this to the council for ratification.
I
so
know.
moved.
Oh. Then I shall second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to move resolution number 2020 dash, whatever Lori assigns to it, to forward to the council. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Project updates, staff reports. Mike, how much snow we getting tonight?
Enough, the guys will be in a half hour to salt, and then we'll be back in at 2 AM to remove and clear the streets so people can travel safely.
Right now, it was raining.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
I'm gonna put the wipers up.
We were,
It's a mixed bag.
Yeah.
yeah, we didn't know what it was gonna do. We did some brine today in some spots that cause us problems, but now it's raining and that washes away,
Yep.
Oh,
so.
at least that'll
Can't
freeze,
win.
you know?
I know, no,
Didn't you realize in the middle of January, it's gonna
rain?
get
Yeah.
rain?
Honestly,
No, I didn't know that.
Only if you're south of the Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah.
That's quite amazing.
It will even out in the end, and I expect snow into March and April.
Keep this up, it'll be June.
It could
you
very
watch
well
your
be.
mouth.
I don't have any projects or updates or staff reports. We continue to improve things within the city. The guys are doing a great job, amazing staff. So hopefully it's being noticed.
Lori, anything?
I have nothing.
Okay, thank you. Suggestions for agenda items for the next meeting?
I don't have anything right now.
Okay. If anyone has anything, feel free to reach out to Mike or to Lori or myself, and we'll make sure to get it on the agenda. Our next meeting is tentatively scheduled for Thursday, February 18th at 5:30 PM. And with that, if there's nothing else,
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
we have a motion to adjourn at 5:57 PM. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.